एको न बुझिनु प्रभु तुम्हारा चरण। 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 अशोक भयामृत पूर्ण सर्वखाण। अशोक भयामृत पूर्ण सर्वखान। सकल चरिया तुआ चरण कमाले। सकल चढ़िया तुआ तुम्हारा चरण। पड़ियाचे आमे नाथा तब परतले। पड़ियाचे आमे नाथा तब पदतले। तव पद पद्मनाथ रखिबे आमारे। तव पद पद्मनाथ रखिबे आमारे। हार रखा करतनाहि ये भव संसारे। हार रखा करता नहीं हे भव संसारे। आमी तव नित्य दास जाने न ये बार। आमी तव नित्य दास जाने न ये बार। हमारा पालना भार एको न तुम्हारा। हमारा पालना भार एको न तुम्हारा। बड़ दुख पाइयाची स्वतंत्र जीवने। बड़ो दुख पाइयाची स्वतंत्र जीवने। दुख दूर गेलो ओ पदवरणे। दुख दूर गेलो ओ पदवरणे। जे पद लगिया रमा तपस्या करिला। जे पद लगिया रमा तपस्या करिला। जे पद पाइया शिव शिवत्व लोभिला। जे पद पाइया शिव शिवत्व लोभिला। जे पद लाभिया ब्रह्मा कृतार्थ होइला। जे पदलभिया ब्रह्मा कृतार्थ होइला जे पद नारद मुनि हृदये धरिला जे पद नारद मुनि हृदये धरिला सैसे अभय पद शिरते धरिया सैसे अभय पद शिरते धरिया परम आनंदे नाची पद गुण गाइया परमानंद नाची पद गुण गाइया संसार विपद होते अवश्य उद्धार संसार विपद होइते अवश्य उद्धार भक्ति विनोद ओ पद करिबे तोमा भक्ति विनोद ओ पद करिबे तोमा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे देखो न बुझनु प्रभु तुम्हार चरण देखो न बुझनु प्रभु तुम्हार चरण कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्रील प्रभुपाद की Who are all there? Yesterday I had someone who replied back on SMS. Sasi, who is there? Other audience from other place.
कुर्मवतार प्रभु, नीलमणि कृष्ण प्रभु, केशव कृपा सिंधु प्रभु, विष्णु तत्व प्रभु, दासरथ प्रिय प्रभु, सनातन धर्म प्रभु, इस्कॉन हैदराबाद, अच्युत मोहन प्रभु, प्रेम हरिनाम प्रभु, विक्रम गोराम प्रभु, इस्कॉन धारवाड़, अमित प्रभु, षडभुज गोराम प्रभु, कीर्ति गोपाल प्रभु, निमाई निताई प्रभु, पवन पुत्र प्रभु, बी के दास, आई डोंट नो, शरद प्रभु, विष्णु प्रसाद प्रभु, ईश्वर नाम प्रभु, सनातन धर्म प्रभु, सुमन गौर हरि प्रभु.
Who is that? Vishnu Nama?
No, ईश्वर नाम.
Who is that? Bhagalpur. I know. Correct.
Himayanatai.
I know. Yeah, yes. There's a devotee, lot of devotees. Amazing. They were there yesterday also. Is it? Huh? Very good. Very happy. We have online sangha. All there. Vaishnavas from all over. Very good. Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuvanmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. This notes I will send it to Antardeep Prabhu, Art of Responding Effectively. Vishwas Krishna will send him? Okay. PSKD, what is his name? Correct? Sorry, also. So send it to everybody. Yeah. So today let us take one more session. Who is worthy of giving shelter? A very beautiful verse by Gajendra Moksha prayer. Actually, we all know this prayer, but the way this article is developed is so nice. I really loved it. Gradually, this step by step, this shloka is explained very nicely. Who is worthy of giving shelter? Answer is simple. The picture of Krishna only is put up there. He is worthy of giving shelter. So we will see. This is a keyword. A capable, merciful, attentive person can give. Can effectively protect surrendered people. So you all know the pastime of Gajendra Moksha, that he is being caught by a crocodile and he was extremely helpless and extremely afraid of being killed and all that. And he introspected that nobody else is able to rescue him, relatives, family members, friends and everybody. By Lord's grace, he remembered a prayer. So we'll recite this prayer. Please repeat after me. Madrik prapanna pashupasha vimokshanaya Muktaya bhuri karunaya namolayaya Swamshena sarvatanu brahmanasi pratita Pratyagdrishe bhagavate brihate namaste. 3 devotees can recite this prayer.
Madrik prapanna pashupasha vimokshanaaya
Madrik prapanna pashupasha vimokshanaya
Muktaya bhuri karunaya namolalaya
Muktaya bhuri karunaya namolayaya
Swamshena sarvatanu vrinmanasi pratita
Swamshena sarvatanu vrinmanasi pratita
Pratyagdrishe bhagavate brihate namaste
Pratyagdrishe bhagavate brihate namaste. Madrik prapanna pashupasha vimokshanaya
मुक्ताय भूरि करुणाय नमो लयाय
मुक्ताय भूरि करुणाय नमोलयाय
स्वांसेन सर्वतनुभृन्मनसि प्रतीत
स्वांशेन सर्वतनुभृन्मनसि प्रतीत
प्रत्यग्दृशे भगवते बृहते नमस्ते
प्रत्यग्दृशे भगवते बृहते न. One more. दृक्प्रपन्न पशुपाश विमोक्षणाय मुक्ताय भूरि करुणाय नमोलयाय
स्वांसेन सर्वतनुभृन्मनसि प्रतीता
स्वांशेन सर्वतनुभृन्मनसि प्रतीता
प्रत्यग्दृशे भगवते बृहते नमस्ते
प्रत्यग्दृशे भगवते बृहते नमस्ते. So each word is explained, gradually developed. Please somebody read it.
Madrik Prapanna, surrendered like me. Why should one surrender to someone? Can't one be independent? It's within everyone's experience that there are problems in this world. One tries to solve them by one's own efforts, and to some extent one becomes successful too. However, material solutions are temporary, because the problems arise again and again. To permanently solve them, one needs help from superior powers. So like Gajendra, one should surrender to God, Madrik Prapanna. This proposal, or rather this conclusion of all scriptures, does not seem palatable to an average human engrossed in material pursuits. Many people do not even believe or realize that they are unnecessarily undergoing material difficulties. Such people may understand the following.
Yeah. You see, in this material world, if somebody is investing little money and making a big quantity of money, he is considered the most intelligent man. Like somebody started a business with 1 lakh and now he has 1 crore in 5 years. So then many people want to interview him, and you will find in YouTube videos of people who went from rags to riches, from being beggar to billionaire. So he's considered a very outstanding man or successful man. In the same manner, if a man were to do some feat which is extraordinary, like somebody got the gold medal in Olympics, or somebody was the first one to invent a Param computer, supercomputer or something like that, or somebody was the first one to publish a paper on some new field. So generally people who are outstanding path breakers, we call them. Path breakers or outstanding performers in life, in material circles, they cannot forget their success. They in fact become intoxicated by their success and by their achievements and become blinded. So then they also are one category of people who consider themselves successful, and other people also too much praise them. Then there are people who are extremely charismatic, and by their charisma they are shaking the whole world in terms of their following. There are people who may be like Prime Minister, President of a country, or extraordinary business magnates, or extraordinary artists or actors or sportsmen, or or TED talkers, such kinds of people who have innumerable following, millions of people following, and they are also considered extraordinary or successful. So I am telling you some list of materially successful people in the material world, whose success is very attractive for them and whose success is admired by many others who envy for the same, who are also greedy to achieve the same status like them. Most people cannot, because these people achieve these things by punya, but still there are people who are craving for such positions like these people. And so from a material point of view, these kind of and besides that, another category As Bhagavatam explained, Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shribir Yedamana Madappaman. These are all material achievements and successes. Being born in a Brahmana family, or being born in an aristocratic family, or being very learned, like somebody has a great doctorate from abroad, or somebody has very handsome body and they have millions of fans, attracted to their movies or whatever. So these kind of material achievements blind the individual to think that there is nothing in life beyond this. This is everything. And I have already reached the summit of my material success. So some 3-4 months ago I was reading in one of the news item, there is one very famous Bollywood actress who is from Tamil Nadu, South India. In India she was a very good actress before. Then she entered into the field of Bollywood also. Her name is Sri Devi. Some of you may be knowing. So in our school days, her movies were very famous, popular and all. So now she grew up, probably she may be around 55, 60, I think, probably. It must be 50 to 60 or something, I think, probably. So she went to Gulf and then she passed away in Gulf. So the newspaper article came that she passed away. But next day, the news item was passed that she didn't just pass away, she committed suicide in the bathroom by submerging herself in a bathtub. Now that became a sensational thing because she didn't die a natural death. It was proved by the doctors that it was actually a suicide. Then it became a very sensational news. But why I told you, although one may be so popular, I told you 4-5 categories of people who are adored in the society, isn't it? People who may be very charismatic, or people who may be Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shri holders, or people who are path breakers, or people who are inventors of new things, and who may be the first one to do something, or people who are going from rags to riches, beggar to billionaire. So all these people, these kind of material acquisitions and achievements actually strip you of the reality of life. These are the best ways to forget Krishna, forget God, and become completely submerged in bubble of illusion. I, me, mine bubble. They become so much. There is a word in English called clout. You put the word clout. Clout means, you can see the synonyms of clout. Clout means what? Wallop, bag, blow his eyes. Actually, in what sense the word clout is used? Influence. Correct. Spreading one's influence through money, through fame, through political power, through such kinds of things. So all these people may be very proud of their clout. But here is the example I am telling you. Such a famous actress. In South, she was like number 1 actress. Actress means she was most known for her movies. And one movie comes, there are movies of her which went for 365 days in a year in the same theatre. Whole year the same movie has gone. So popular. But what is the use of such popularity? She is committing suicide. Not only that, there is so much money she has, bodily beauty gifted by her punya, and so much fame to her account as a Bollywood actress. With all these things, worldwide she has fame. She could have left her body in a very peaceful manner. But she is committing suicide in the bathroom, that too in such a age. 55, 60. I don't know what was her sorrow or whatever. But you can know for sure one thing. People externally may be flying in the sky with material successes, but their hearts are not happy. That's the most important point. Another Shastric example is Chitraketu. He was the king of the whole world and he had 1 crore wives. What did he not have, tell me? So much Rajya and elephants and horses and ministers and everything was there. And when Angira Muni went, he is telling, what is the use of a garland for a hungry man, he is saying. That means, he has everything, but there is one thing he doesn't have, so that makes him unhappy. Correct, no? He wants one small boy, one baby. He doesn't have that baby, so he is frustrated. You will see that. So therefore, material life is kokla, they call it, hollow. Huh? It is, it's externally very attractive, like a jugnu, like a shining glowworm, material life. And there may be many people admiring them. But inside, if you see the core of it, is simply hollow. It doesn't give satisfaction. And now she is not the only one. You can quote many examples for this. People in that type of status, either they commit suicide or they are shot. John Lennon was shot. Kennedy was shot. You can see that Rajiv Gandhi was shot. Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India. He was killed by a live bomb. Kennedy was President of US. He was killed. So you will see that in the big positions, others envy them and they try to shoot them. Or if others don't envy, they themselves are frustrated, they commit suicide. So therefore he is saying here, why should one surrender to someone? Can't one be independent? It's within everyone's experience that there are problems in this world. Problems not for you and me. Problems even for such people. Therefore I told you such examples. Because there are chota-mota problems for everybody. But you will see that unless one takes shelter of Krishna, one cannot experience the shelter, satisfaction, peace of mind, and stability in life. One cannot experience. Now somebody may say, what if somebody has taken shelter of Krishna and still not peaceful? Still having a restless mind, still dissatisfied, then what? So I would suggest that it is better to be in Krishna's lotus feet in a dissatisfied way than to be under Maya shelter in a dissatisfied way. Why? Because when we take shelter of Krishna in a dissatisfied way, that means we are partially surrendered. We are not fully surrendered. If you are fully surrendered, we will be jolly. If you are partially surrendered, you are, like he says, no, bada dukha pai achi, satandra jivane. So we are trying to escape from Krishna's feet, but devotees are not allowing us. They catch and keep you. So we are restless. There are many boys like that. Sometimes the counselor is full of love and care. The love and care of the counselor is holding them. They are not leaving. And the boy is peeping outside to enjoy. But they are not allowed to enjoy also. This reminds me of our Bhagavan Prabhu was giving one example. In the forest, sometimes they catch a fox and they tie the fox in a cloth like this, except the head. And they tie it like this, and the fellow wears it like this, like a towel he wears like. And the fox is behind. The whole body of the fox is inside, and only his head is outside with the two legs outside. So the fellow is walking and the hunter is going. The fox while going, he's doing like this. He cannot come out. Who? The fox is behind. So he is tied by the hunter, and the hunter is taking him home. So the situation of some of the people in Krishna consciousness is like that. They have been tied by the love and care of some seniors. So therefore they have come. But their hearts are lingering with sense gratificatory desires. There are many boys you will see like that. And actually they want to enjoy also, but many devotees are holding them and telling them to chant, practice everything. So they are people with restless mind. But although they are restless, because they are still sheltered in Krishna, it's only a matter of time they will become peaceful. Because impure mind eventually becomes purified. It will become. So therefore, one should not remain in that position. One should take Diksha and get sheltered in the Guru completely. Then that independent mentality eventually will be given up. Because if one is sheltered in a Guru, one understands that this is my ultimate goal. Therefore, in our Sampradaya also, you will find there is increasing shelter kept. Initially come with yellow brigade, then white, then saffron, then then first initiation, second initiation, then gradually sannyas. All these things are kept for that purpose only. Increase your dependence on Guru and Krishna. Increase your surrender to Guru and Krishna. And give up your independent mentality. And give up your anxieties. Leave the things to the Lord. Lord is the big boss. He will take care of everything. Don't worry. You just put yourself in His lotus feet. Just be joyful in His service. These kind of things are taught. So, if materially successful people in this world, like the ones long list I gave you now, if they are not happy, who else is going to be happy? Tell me in this world. So materially no one can be happy. And spiritually also we are not happy because of lingering material desires in our mind. So in spiritual life, if somebody is morose, that is because of his material desires. Like Arjuna, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, is morose, is weeping. Why? Because Lord Krishna is standing 2 feet away. But Arjuna is independent minded. He is saying, Senyor Ubhayor Madhya Ratam Thapayame. He is ordering Krishna to fulfill his will, like the Jiva demanding the super soul. Give me a pig's body, I want to eat stool, like that. So when we are demanding the super soul to do what we want, then we may get what we want, but it is not as per the desire of the Lord. Prabhupada says, the Lord reluctantly gives us things which we demand, which are not good for us. So he gives us apohanam, and he gives us things, Thika, lelo, take this and suffer, you rascal. Lord gives it. So, but we can't become happy by that. But if we give up that independence and surrender to the Lord, prapanna, prapannarti, hara prabho. Prapannarti, hara prabho means, prapannarti means one who is surrendered to the Lord, prapanna. Arti hara means the Lord removes the suffering. So, if one surrenders to the Lord, he will remove the suffering. His name is Hari. Hari means one who takes away the suffering of his living entities, or takes away the sinful reactions. Sarva amangala hare iti Hari, it is said. So therefore one should, it's intelligence of a jiva who has wandered all across the globe, all across the universe, to ultimately come to the point of surrendering to the Lord. Okay, let us go ahead. Therefore Gajendra decided to surrender now. Read this, entangled animals.
Gajendra was an animal, Pashu. Srila Prabhupada says that everyone who identifies oneself with the material body can be called as Pashu. Just as Gajendra was caught by crocodile, every conditioned soul is entangled by the noose, pasha of Maya, or the illusory energy of God. Maya constitutes 3 material modes that bind a bewildered soul in the cycle of repeated birth and death. Unlike an animal, a human being is provided with a higher intelligence to come out of it by seeking shelter of God.
Yeah. So there is a similarity between Gajendra and humans. What is the similarity? He is caught by the crocodile. We are caught by Maya. Maya's 3 modes. Rajaguna, Tamaguna, Satoguna. We are thoroughly caught. And we are unable to escape the lower gunas like Rajaguna, Tamaguna. We are struggling with them. That is commonality. And what is the difference? The animal cannot seek shelter of God. An ordinary animal cannot seek shelter of Krishna. But as human beings, we are given the special sense to take shelter of God. So that is a big plus point for us, he is saying. Yeah, vimokshanaya.
Surrendering to God, one seeks liberation from material bondage, vimokshanaya. To the degree we are eager for deliverance, to that degree he reciprocates mercifully.
Yeah. See, I told you the similarity and differences. Similarity between animal and human is, they both are caught. Animal is caught by a crocodile, animal is caught by samsara. But the difference I told you is, we can pray to Lord and get delivered, but animal generally cannot get delivered. But if we don't pray to Lord and depend on Him to be delivered, then what? Then we are similar to animals. Correct, no? Because that's what makes us different from animals. Animal cannot pray to Lord, animal cannot get awakened in Atma Vidya. We can get awakened in Atma Vidya and take shelter of the Lord. And if we don't take, then there is no difference between animals and us. Therefore, then such people are also called as Pashu. So Lord Shiva is called as Pashupati. So one of the meaning is Bhutanath, Pashupati we call. So such people are also Pashus also. So he may give them material benefits for such people. But ultimately, those living entities suffer many lifetimes after which they come. But Pashupasha Vimokshanaya. Lord is ready. If in our particular current body, we take shelter of Him, He can become Vimokshanaya for us. He can liberate us. To the degree we are eager for deliverance, to that degree He will reciprocate mercifully. And if we are not eager for deliverance, then we spend out our human body just like any other animal, like a dog or a cat or camel or anything like that. Go ahead.
Of course, a pure devotee only wants to render unalloyed service to God, without expecting anything in return, including liberation. However, circumstantially, a devotee may ask some favor from the Lord for self-preservation, so that one may continue to serve him without obstructions. So one who desires deliverance from miseries or obstacles in life should fervently seek help from God.
Yeah, like one devotee asked me, Prabhu, I have some very serious health issue. Can I pray to Krishna that please cure this health issue? So that, I will be relieved of this disease. So I told him that, okay, you pray to him that you cure me of this health issue so that I can increase my service. I can enhance my service. I can do this much service, but that devotee has a serious ulcer in the belly and in the mouth. Serious. So because of the ulcer, it severely pains, it bleeds also, so he goes to lie down. And a lot of his efficiency is diminished because of that. Okay, you pray to Lord, cure this ulcers in my belly, mouth and everything. So when I am healthy, what I will do? I can increase my service. So another devotee asked, Prabhuji, can I request Krishna for some skills? I want to develop more talent to sing, more talent to speak eloquently, very nicely to people. And I want to actually be very powerful in reaching out. Okay, you have a desire. You pray that you acquire skills from the Lord and use it all in His service. But ultimately, devotee doesn't desire anything. He knows, the Lord knows best. But sometimes we have some desires more than self-preservation also. Actually, self-preservation is called ita, abhilashita, anya abhilashita. For example, you want to go to lavatory to evacuate, or you are very hungry, you want to eat, or you have a life threat and you want to be saved. All these things are considered not outside the purview of pure devotion service, because these are all bodily needs, urges, which are basic urges, like passing stool or eating prasad, or preserving our body, such kind of things. So over and above that, a devotee oftentimes desires, if I have this, it will be nice. If I have that, that will be nice. So oftentimes people who desire such things, what happens with them? They say that they want it for Lord's service, but they end up using it in their own service. It's often seen like that. Like one gentleman was telling, when I went to Swami, said, Prabhu, I purchased a new car. I want you to bless my car. Huge, big car. And he said, I purchased it for Guru Maharaj service. If Guru Maharaj, when he comes, once in 3 years he will come. Once in 2 years. But people sometimes say like that. But he is going to use it every day, and Guru Maharaj use it once in 2 years or 3 years. So people sometimes say like that. So this is what happens generally. His Holiness Purnachandra Maharaj used to say, when we want to dovetail our desires in Lord's service, there is more of a tail than a dove. He would say like that. So, therefore, generally, it's a intelligence of the devotee not to specify any particular desires to the Lord other than spiritual desires. For example, you are praying to Tulasi Maharani. You can say, Tulasi Maharani, oh, I am not able to chant one extra round. How hard-hearted I am. Please give me blessings to at least chant one extra round every day. So we can pray for such spiritual desires, direct spiritual desires, rather than seeking any material favors. So a devotee doesn't pray anything, including liberation. A devotee doesn't pray. A devotee doesn't pray that you liberate me from sufferings. He doesn't pray. He leaves it to Lord. So, and then he says, if one desires deliverance from miseries or obstacles in life, okay, fervently seek help from God. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kamo udharati, no problem. Okay, you are feeling great pain of the crocodile, go to Lord, no problem. But why only God? Why not someone else? That is answered in the next para. See, all connected words. Yeah, read that.
Only the liberated can liberate, muktaya. One should seek help from a capable person.
Muktaya.
One who had fallen in a deep blind well can be pulled out only by one who is outside the well. One who is drowning in an ocean cannot be saved by another person who is also drowning.
See, the word vimokshanaya was used there. Vimokshanaya means one who can liberate you. Like I am bound by my ropes in hands and legs. You are bound. Can I help you? You can help me? You cannot help. So we need a person who is not bound with any ropes. Or if somebody is in the bank of a river and he has a big ropes with him. So you are drowning, you can shout at him, "Can you please help me?" Then he can throw a rope, and then you catch it and he can pull you out. In the same manner, he is Vimokshanaya, therefore he is Muktaya. He is liberated, therefore he can liberate us. Go ahead.
Only God can liberate an entangled person, because God is never entangled. That is ever liberated, Muktaya. Most people in this world are entangled by Maya to a smaller or greater degree. And those who are not are so only due to the
See, this
mercy
is a very
of God.
interesting point. Most people in the world are entangled by Maya, and very specifically to a smaller or greater degree. So who is entangled to a smaller degree? Who? Okay, people in mode of goodness, they are entangled to a small degree. And those who are jnanis, yogis, spiritualists, they are less entangled because they are already working on cutting their bonds and everything. And there are other jivas who are more entangled in this world. But either you are less entangled or more entangled. Entangled is entangled. So only a liberated can save the entangled. That's the point. Go ahead.
And those who are not are so only due to the mercy of God, who reciprocated with their desire to get disentangled. Of course, the Lord's eternal associates are also never entangled. Therefore, only the omnipotent God and his pure devotees have the capability to liberate person bound by material miseries. But is capability the only criterion?
Yeah. Now, who is capable of liberating? Answer is given in this Muktaya, which means liberated person can be Vimokshanaya. He can actually liberate others. So who is liberated? Lord is liberated, pure devotees are liberated, and they can liberate us. So now the next question is capability the only criteria? Which means somebody may be capable of liberating you, but they may not be interested in you. Correct, no? Yeah. Or they may be very proud also sometimes. Like yogis, jnanis and all are very proud that, they pity the materialists. In Bhagavatam there is a verse which says, the jnanis pity the materialists and the Shuddha Bhaktas pity the jnanis. Like that it says. Vidura says in one verse, he says. And then when Bhaktas pity the pitiable. Like that Bhagavatam says. So, sometimes even devotees may look at the karmis, look at these fellows, eating like a glutton, sleeping like a polar bear, isn't it? So one may think like that when you look at the people. And you may not want to preach to them, you may not want to help them, you may just want to get rid of them, correct, no? So the liberated one always may not be interested in the entangled ones. Like jnanis, yogis are not interested in entangled people, but only Vaishnavas are interested. Like Prahlad says, Shoche tato vimukha chetasi indriyartha maya sukaya baramudvahato vimudhan. Similarly, samsarinam karunayah purana guhyam tam vyasa sonam upayami gurum muninam yasvanubhavam agila shruti saramekam adhyatma deepamati tidirshatam tamondham samsarinam karunayah purana guhyam tam vyasa sonam upayami gurum muninam. So there is a samsarinam karunayah, because he had karuna and the samsari people. Therefore, he spoke the Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is like Adhyatma Deepam. So similarly, you will find our Gargamani is moving around to different places, coming to the house of Nanda Baba, is saying, Mahat Vichalanam Pumsam Grihinam Dina Chetasam, is saying, Nishreya Saya Bhagavan Nanyate Kalpita Kvachit. He is telling that Mahat Vichalanam Pumsam, the Mahat devotees, they move around to different places, meeting people. Why? What is their goal? He is saying, Grihinam Dina Chetasam, he is saying. We Vaishya people, we are always counting money and busy in household affairs and field and everything. We have no time for God. But people like you, rishis like Gargamani, you are coming to our home to deliver us, like that is saying. So, in this way you will find the Vaishnavas have a nature of not only being capable to deliver, but they are also interested in the delivery of suffering souls, which is a very important thing. Therefore, qualification unlimitedly merciful. Bhuri Karunaya, not only Karunaya. What Karunaya? Bhuri. Devotees are also called as Bhurida. Correct, no? Gopis are saying Bhurida. And here Lord is called Bhuri Karunaya. Very good match between Lord and the devotee. Lord is Bhuri Karunaya and the devotees are Bhurida. Lord is also called Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam and devotees are called Titikshava Karunika Suhrida. There also the word Suhrita is used. So both are called Suhridam. Suhridam, they both have a sweet heart or a heart which is very close to the living entities, well-wishing heart to save the suffering souls. Read further.
One who has $1 million certainly has the capacity to help a poor person who is in need of $10. But unless that rich man has the willingness to help, he would not help the poor man. That basis of such willingness is one's merciful attitude.
See, not that the millionaire is incapable of giving. Imagine if a millionaire is sitting in a park enjoying with his family, wife, children, ha ha ha, he he, hoo, they are drinking juices, sitting together, patting, joking with each other. Some beggar comes. Sometimes, hey, get lost, don't disturb. He may say like that. Is he incapable of giving? He doesn't want his enjoyment to be disturbed. He is just sitting with the family, eating in the park and enjoying. So there are many people like that who are millionaires. He may be $1 million he may have, but $10 is not a big deal for him to give, but he may not give. So Jnanis yogis are like that. They live in the deep jungle of Himalayas and everything. They may not they may not be very eager to deliver the suffering souls. Whereas he says that devotees of the Lord, they are very eager to help. Yeah, read further.
God is not only supremely capable, but unlimitedly merciful too, Bhuri Karunaya. This combination of God's mercy and capacity makes our surrender fruitful and most effective means to drive away all miseries. But are capacity and mercy sufficient?
See, the capacity was explained in the previous one. What is it? Muktaya, that is the capacity. And mercy is Bhuri Karunaya. And Vimokshanaya means, you see, Vimokshanaya means to liberate. And Muktaya means he is liberated. That means he is liberated. He has capability to liberate you. Vimokshanaya, he can liberate you. And on what basis he will liberate you? Because he is merciful on you. Bhuri Karunaya. Okay, he has the capacity to liberate and he is also merciful to me. Is that sufficient? Then he says, Namo Alayaya. He is attentive to the devotees. Read it.
One may be capable and merciful, but unless one is attentive to the needs or difficulties of others, one cannot help them.
See, sometimes our people go to the college, hostel and then get the boys to DYS and the boys come and then the boys come for Sankalp camp also. Suddenly you find the boys missing in Surti. I used to ask them, hey, that one boy was there, you remember? When Rochan or somebody, do you remember? And they would ask me, how do you remember the name still? I would tell them I remember because he answered many questions. I asked him so many questions in Sankalp camp, why he didn't come now? So Prabhuji, we just sent out a gentle invitation to everybody. We didn't call him particularly. I would tell them sometimes, just give one call, just check it. And they would give one call and he'll be there. Because he was paid a particular attention. So therefore, you may be a merciful preacher, but our mercy is generally general mercy. We don't have specific mercy. But Lord becomes super soul in the heart of everybody and shows general mercy or specific mercy. Yeah. Therefore, he is saying that Namo Alayaya is very attentive. We are not that attentive, therefore we lose many people. Yes? Read further.
Being omnipotent and omniscient, God is always aware of our problems. His awareness is due to his attentiveness. When we offer prayers, he attentively listens to us. Being our well-wisher, he aims and endeavors to deliver us from material life, even before we pray. He is never lazy in regard to our deliverance. Someone might ask, how can God be so attentive to our needs? He stays so far from us in his spiritual abode.
Yeah. And that leads us to the next answer. Samshayana sarvatanubaran manasi pratita. No. Don't think he's very far away. He is right in your heart, next to you. Don't think he is too far away. How can he be so attentive? No. Not only he is next to you, he is, my Switch Master once said, every one of you have your own individual and private Paramatma, he said. So he is attentive to you, standing right next to you. So in this way, he is ever attentive and alert. Krishna also says that Ishvara sarva bhutanam hridadeshe arjuna tishtati pramayan sarva bhutani yantrarudhani maya. That's one. Tameva sharanam gacha, he says. Please surrender to that Supreme Lord. Once I asked a question to our Shyamanand Prabhu. What is this, Prabhu? Krishna should say, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Finally he says, here why he says, Tam Yav Sharanam Gaja. Tam means surrender to the super soul in your own heart. Why don't Krishna say that I am the super soul? Surrender to me. Then Shamanpa gave a brilliant explanation. He said, sometimes a father takes a son, small son, who is a naughty fellow, acting independently, crying, weeping, falling, rolling on the ground and adamant and everything. Then the father picks up the son and keeps on the lap and gives the parent and says, Beta, हमें हमेशा पिताजी की बात मानना चाहिए, ठीक है? Either he says, पिताजी तो इधर ही बैठे हैं, क्या पिताजी की बात मानना, मेरे बात मानो बोलना चाहिए ना. So he said, हमेशा मेरे बात मानो, मेरे बात मानो, then he gets ego problem. Instead of that he says, पिताजी की बात मानो. Similarly he says, Arjuna, please surrender to super soul. Arjuna, yeah, super soul, but super soul also you only, me only, but I'm just telling you. Surrender to him. Like I also do this. I tell the people, please surrender to manager, Prabhu. Because if you don't surrender to manager, he will give headache for me. Correct, no? So, in this way, he is saying that he is very attentively listening to us. Very attentive. He is always endeavoring to deliver us from material life. Even before we pray, he says. That means it's not that the super soul accompanies only those who are interested in him. Even those who are not interested also he accompanies. He is available for them, making himself available. Maybe they will turn one day to him and he can enlighten them. Otherwise he keeps fulfilling the desire. Actually, once when I went to one shopping mall, I saw there one mother and son. This son never even turned to mother. He is just picking up things. He says, Mom, show the bag. He is just picking up and throwing things in the bag. He's taking this. He's picking up things. He wants a book, he wants a toy, and mother is walking with him with the bag. He just picks up things and puts there. And then they gradually reached the bill place, where the billing place. After that, mother paid for the bill. I just laughed to myself. I was thinking that, the soul super soul relationship is like that only. Soul keeps on picking up, I want to do that, I want to do that, and super soul keeps coming with him. Take this, take that. He keeps providing. Because we are so blind to his presence right next to us. But someday this boy will grow up and think, whenever I take whatever I want, who pays the bill? And who is providing my need? Then he may turn around and see who is next to me. Then he may consider developing a relationship with the Lord. That means even in our stage where we don't care for him, he still accompanies us. That is his kindness and his ever attentiveness. So, how can God be so attentive to me? He is so far away. In Goloka Nivasati, you may say. The answer is this. Read it.
Stays right in the heart. Swam Shena Sarvatanu Brin Manasi. God is not only capable, merciful, attentive to protect us, but he is also very close to us. Although God eternally stays in his spiritual kingdom, he also expands himself as a super soul or Paramatma in the hearts of all embodied beings. Even if the living entity commits abominable actions and becomes an insect or worm in the stool, the Lord does not ignore him or her. He stays right within their hearts, giving them knowledge, remembrance and forgetfulness.
Here is the next one.
Directly observes. Pratita
Pratyak Drishe.
Pratyak Drishe. Staying within the hearts of all, the Lord directly and attentively observes the desires, needs and difficulties of everyone and mercifully solves the problems of those who surrender unto him.
To the degree we increase our awareness of this truth, to that degree our prayerful mood will increase. Our prayerful mood is proportionate to our awareness of Lord's attentiveness towards us, Lord's availability for us, Lord's merciful nature, Lord's capability to deliver us. Therefore, this verse is very important. Because Lord is observing our desires in our heart like if you have a jasmine flower here, you can smell it, even from a distance. So Lord can smell our desires standing right next to us, even before we know our desires ourselves. I was reading in the Brahma Vimohan Leela, the moment Brahma got a desire that I want to subject Krishna to moha, illusion, that desire came in his mind. And then Brahma conceived a plan that I will take away the covered boys and the calves and hide them in a cave. The moment that thought came, immediately Leela Shakti approached Krishna. So Leela Shakti and Krishna smiled at each other because they can understand what the Jiva is thinking. So why Leela Shakti came to Krishna? Because she immediately produced one more set of living entities. Like cows and calves stolen by Brahma are called Maya Arubaka. Yeah. And the original covered boys and cows were hidden by Leela Shakti. She took them to another place. And then Krishna expanded himself into covered boys and calves. That's the third set. So the set hidden by Brahma was whom? Maya Arbaka. They are all Maya children. They were not actually original covered boys. He only got a carbon copy of the original copy. So because nobody can touch the Lord's associates. Just like Maya Sita we say, the same manner. So Brahma hid them. So Leela Shakti knew what Brahma is trying to do. Brahma didn't even say to anybody. He thought this desire. Immediately Leela Shakti understood and Krishna also understood. So from this we know how attentive the Lord is, how alert the Lord is. Therefore we cannot escape Him observing our desires. So it is better for us to modify our desires. In case we have some impure desires, none of your friends may come to know, your parents may not come to know, your authorities may not come to know. But who knows? The Lord in the heart, He can observe, this fellow is having this intention, this desire. Like Putana, when she came to Vrindavan, Putana Balaghatini, Shishum Shachara Nignanti, Puragrama Vrajadishu, it is said, Kamsena Prahita Gora, trained by Kamsa. Putana Balaghatini, she is a killer of the children. And she is a flying witch in the sky, Kechari. So, but when she landed in Vrindavan, she modified her form to look like a beautiful goddess of fortune. She came into Vrindavan and she came in a very sweet look, a long veni, that hair, nicely jata was made, a very beautiful dress she was wearing, and the kind of colorful decoration she had done herself. Everybody thought Lakshmi only has come to Vrindavan. But Krishna could see who it is and what is her intention. So nobody can escape Lord's attention. No matter externally whatever form we may put up, whatever show of devotional service we may put up, like we say, make show devotional service. He is one person who can exactly see through us. Sometimes people talk sweet on the face and they hold some ill intentions inside diplomatically. These things cannot be done in front of him. He is a thorough knower. He is a abhignya. Abhignya means he is all knowing. Actually, this is another thing. When we come to understand that Lord is all knowing and I cannot cheat him, then this is also something that will aid the living entity in becoming honest, especially in dealing with him. If we try to cheat him, he will cheat us 10 times more. He has done that with Karna and other people. Dyutam chalayatam. So therefore, he is a direct observer of everything and everyone. And he actually can understand our needs and difficulties and desires. Sometimes we don't have a need. There are artificial demands of the mind. Like for example, if somebody has just now finished a heavy lunch prasad, and you come, imagine somebody brings you a crack jack biscuit. You know crack jack? It's a square biscuit with a hole which is salty. You eaten that? I don't know. I don't think Govindas they make here. Long back, is it? Yeah. Before coming to Krishna, they eaten. Yeah. But crack jack, you can imagine how tasty it is. It's little saltish, very nice. So if somebody gives you, generally people take out 4 or 5 and give you like that. Would you like to have? So after lunch, how many of you think you won't mind taking? Correct, huh? Although stomach is full, still we take. It's called a mental demand. It is not a need of the stomach. Just as the mind demands things which are not necessary for the belly, similarly we have many artificial needs which come due to our material desires. They are called imaginary demands. And these imaginary demands can be nullified by regulated lifestyle. The imaginary demands can be nullified over a period of time. So, but the Lord knows very well whether it is really our need or not. What are our difficulties? What are our desires? Yeah. Read this one. Bhagavate, Brihate, Namaste.
And that God, Bhagavate, is none other than Lord Krishna,
Because Bhagavate, 6 opulences have come now. Bhagavate.
who is unlimited and the greatest, Brihate, and is the source of all incarnations. He is capable, merciful, attentive, observant, and closest well-wisher of all of us. So Gajendra sought shelter of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the merciful deliverer of all.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lord Krishna is always ready to save us from any difficulty at any time. But are we ready enough to seek His protection like Gajendra? Gajendra was exclusively dependent on the Lord, having no other source of protection. Seeking inspiration from Gajendra, let us humbly express our dependence on Krishna. Everyone is caught by the crocodile of eternal time and may die at any moment. The best course, therefore, is to seek shelter of Krishna and be saved from the struggle for existence. To reach this understanding is the ultimate goal of life.
Therefore, the best course of action is to be saved from this struggle with the 3 modes which we are all struggling in this world, by taking shelter of the Lord, having full faith in Him. He is our protector, He is our deliverer. Beautiful article, no? Step by step developed nicely, no? Although we all know this verse, the way it was gradually developed, I liked it very much. So, who is worthy of giving shelter? Krishna is worthy of giving shelter. That's the answer. Shri Prabhupada ki